My family comes first, she said it so casually, swirling her wine glass, as if she hadn't just carved out a piece of my heart. We'd been married for 3 years, 3 years of me bending, compromising, rearranging my entire life around her family's endless demands, her mother's emergencies that required us to cancel our anniversary dinner, her brother's crisis that meant I spent our vacation helping him move for the 3rd time, her father's expectation that every Sunday belonged to them, no exceptions. I'd told myself it was temporary, that once we settled into married life, things would balance out, that I'd become part of the family, not just an accessory to Miranda's life. But sitting there in that expensive restaurant, watching her check her phone, for the 7th time during our date night, I finally understood the truth. I would always be second. Miranda, I said quietly, setting down my whiskey glass. When was the last time you chose me? She looked up, confused. What are you talking about? I'm here, aren't I? Physically, yes. But you've checked your phone constantly. You've already told me we need to leave early because your mom wants help picking out curtains tomorrow morning, and you just told me to my face that I'll always be second priority. She rolled her eyes. Don't be dramatic, Jake. Family is important. You knew that when you married me. I thought marriage meant I was becoming your family too. You are, but I'm not really, I interrupted. I'm the guy who's there when it's convenient, when your family doesn't need something, when there's time left over. Miranda's expression hardened. My family has always been there for me. They raised me, supported me, loved me. What do you expect? I expect to be your partner, your equal, not an afterthought. The waiter approached nervously with our steaks, sensing the tension. We ate in silence, the food tasting like ash in my mouth. I watched Miranda cut her meat with precise, angry movements, and I realized something had shifted inside me. Something fundamental had broken. When we got home that night, I didn't go to bed. Instead, I went to my home office and opened my laptop. I started looking at apartments, 1-bedroom places, studio lofts, something just for me. For the next 2 weeks, I operated on autopilot. I smiled. I nodded. I went to her parents' house for Sunday dinner, but I was making plans. I started redirecting my paychecks to a separate account I'd opened. I contacted a divorce attorney for a consultation. I began slowly moving my important documents, my grandmother's jewelry, my personal items to a storage unit. Every action felt like pulling off a bandage, painful but necessary. Miranda noticed nothing. She was too busy coordinating her sister's baby shower, helping her brother with job applications, and managing her parents' upcoming anniversary party. The breaking point came 3 weeks after that dinner. We'd planned a weekend away, just the two of us. I'd booked a cabin in the mountains, taken time off work, even bought her a necklace I'd been saving for. When Friday came, I loaded our bags in the car and waited. Miranda came out, phone pressed to her ear. Uh-huh. Okay, Mom. Yes, I understand. We'll be right there. My hands tightened on the steering wheel. Miranda. She ended the call and looked at me apologetically. Jake, I'm so sorry, but we need to postpone. Mom's plumber canceled and no, she blinked. What? No, I'm done. Jake, it's an emergency. It's a plumber, Miranda. She can call another one. Or your father can fix it. Or she can wait until Monday. But we're not canceling our plans. Her face flushed with anger. You're being selfish. Am I? Or am I finally standing up for myself? For a marriage? My mother needs help, and I need a wife. My voice cracked. I need someone who puts our relationship first at least sometimes. Who doesn't treat me like I'm disposable. Miranda's eyes filled with tears. I can't believe you're doing this. Over a plumber? It's not about the plumber. It's about 3 years of coming last. It's about being told to my face that I'll always be second place. It's about building a marriage on whatever scraps of time your family doesn't claim first. I took a deep breath and pulled an envelope from my jacket pocket. I'd been carrying it for days, waiting for the right moment, or maybe the wrong moment. Either way, here it was. These are divorce papers. I've already signed them. The color drained from Miranda's face. You're what? I'm done being second, Miranda. I'm done waiting for you to choose me. I'm done being the backup plan when your family doesn't need something. Jake, please, we can work on this, can we? Can you honestly tell me that your family won't always come first? That you're willing to set boundaries with them? That our marriage will be the priority? She opened her mouth, then closed it. The silence was my answer. That's what I thought, I said softly. I've already moved most of my things out. I'm staying at an extended stay hotel. My lawyer will be in touch. I got out of the car, grabbed my weekend bag from the trunk, and called an Uber. Miranda sat frozen in the passenger seat, the divorce papers clutched in her shaking hands. As I waited for my ride, I felt something unexpected: relief. For 3 years, I'd been carrying the weight of being not quite enough, never quite priority. And in that moment, standing on the driveway of a house that had never really felt like mine, I put that weight down. My phone buzzed. Miranda's mom calling, probably already hearing about the emergency. I declined the call and blocked the number. The Uber pulled up. I got in and gave the driver the address of my new apartment, not the hotel. That had been a lie. I'd signed a lease 2 days ago on a small one-bedroom with exposed brick and lodge windows, a place that was entirely mine, starting fresh. The driver asked, noticing my single bag and probably reading my expression. Something like that. He nodded knowingly. Sometimes the best thing you can do for yourself is walk away from people who don't see your value. I looked out the window at the disappearing house, at Miranda still sitting in the car, and felt the truth of those words settle into my bones. For 3 years, I'd tried to earn a place in her priorities. I'd competed with her family for scraps of attention and affection. I'd made myself smaller, quieter, more convenient. No more. I was done being second. From now on, I was choosing myself first. The city lights blurred past the window as we drove toward my new life. My phone kept buzzing with calls and texts from Miranda, from her mother, from her sister. I turned it off and watched the road ahead. She hesitated. I'm managing. Mom's been having health issues, so I've been spending a lot of time helping with that. Dad's overwhelmed. I felt a twinge of sympathy, but not the old urge to fix it, to volunteer, to make myself available. That sounds difficult. I hope she feels better soon. Jake. She paused. I've been thinking a lot about what you said, about choosing. You were right. I never chose you. I expected you to just accept always coming last. Miranda, no, let me finish. I've been in therapy. Working on boundaries with my family, understanding why I couldn't let you in, why I kept you at arm's length. Her eyes were wet. I'm sorry. You deserve better. Thank you for saying that. I hope you find what you're looking for. Are you seeing anyone? I thought of Sarah, of the slow, careful way we'd been building something together. How she chose me consistently. How we chose each other. I am, actually. She's wonderful. Miranda nodded, swallowing hard. Good. That's good. I'm glad you're happy. As I walked away from that conversation, I felt the final piece of grief and anger lift from my shoulders. Miranda had given me something I didn't know I needed. Acknowledgement that I'd been right to leave, that I hadn't been crazy or selfish or unreasonable. I'd simply refused to keep accepting crumbs when I deserved the whole meal. Sarah was waiting for me outside the venue. She'd come as my plus one. And seeing her there, smiling at me with genuine warmth and affection, I felt grateful for every choice that had led me to this moment. Ready to get out of here? She asked, taking my hand. Absolutely. We walked to the car together, and I realized something profound. For the first time in years, I wasn't second place to anyone. I wasn't competing for attention or affection. I wasn't making myself smaller to fit into someone else's life. I was exactly where I belonged, with someone who saw my value and chose me every single day, and I chose her back. That's what partnership was supposed to be. Not a hierarchy of priorities where someone always lost, but a mutual decision to build something together, to show up for each other, to be each other's first choice. I'd spent 3 years accepting less than I deserved. But I'd spent the year since then learning what I was actually worth. And I was worth so much more than second place.